Here are a few tips to help you as you get into your public speaking. Number 1, when public speaking, try your best to either stand still or have specifically helpful actions. Hand gestures, for example, can be a really good action. You can gesture to things on the board behind you. You can use example 1 and example 2. You can count. You can gesture. Anything that you can do to help your point come across well is a good thing. However, some movements, like if I was doing this the whole video, this would be really distracting and really annoying, and you wouldn't want to listen to me now, would you? Some movements like that should not be used. Movement draws attention, so if you're the kind of person who needs to walk around, spend some time walking from one point, lingering at the other point, and walking back. That's okay. You are allowed to move around when you present, and I think that's something that a lot of people forget, especially if you're used to talking behind a podium or some other sort of here, have a desk sort of thing. It's helpful to have those because you have a place to put notes if you have them. It's helpful because you can anchor yourself somewhere, so if you're scared. It also provides a degree of separation between you and the audience. There's an actual physical barrier that can make you feel more comfortable and more safe. On the other hand, it also can become a crutch. If you can learn to speak without hiding behind anything, that's even better. Number 2, try to avoid pet words. Some of my pet words are filler words, such as or like. I use like so often. These words, the more they're said, get stuck in your audience's head. The more you repeat them, the more often your audience is going to be like, just stop, you say that so often. I had a professor in college who, at the end of almost every sentence, would probably say, thank you, which is kind of an odd speaking pattern that I wasn't used to, so it stuck out in my friends' minds and my minds, and we kind of bonded because of his use of thank you, which is not good. Don't do that. But also, I have friends now, so be nice to people. Be nice to people. I also had a teacher in middle school who would ask, okay, at the end of everything, and sometimes it's good because you want to make sure that people are understanding you, but it can be overdone, and you want to avoid pet words like that so that you don't bore your audience. The same goes for writing. If you use the same words over and over again, they lose their impact. And your reader is going to notice them because your reader pays attention to that sort of thing. Even if they don't do it intentionally, they'll notice and be like, wow, that was a really strange sentence. Why did they use the word finish 4 times in a paragraph? Don't do that. Visual aids. Let's talk about visual aids. A good presentation should be able to be done without the use of any visual aid. Your audience should be able to follow what you're saying without any help from anything behind you, anything on a screen. They shouldn't have to have the notes already outlined for them. If you're doing your presentation well, you shouldn't need technology to back it up. However, visual aids can be extremely useful because they can help keep attention, they can help clarify points, you can use them for dramatic effect, you can use them to surprise your audience, you can use them to illustrate a point. Rather than bringing a piece of rope tied in a knot, you can just have a picture of a knot up there. It saves a lot of time and effort and money. Although people will probably remember the illustration of you actually untying the rope if that was something that you needed to use in your speech. So visual aids, you want to make sure that if you have words on them, they need to be readable. So dark text on a light background or light text on a dark background. Try to avoid super bright contradictory colors. The easier on someone's eyes, the better. The more contrast you can add to it, the better as well. And contrast is the difference between light and dark, which allows things to be seen from far away. And if you have the chance to practice in front of, at least in the setting or a similar setting to what you're going to be presenting in, put your slides up or your poster up in the front of the room, and then go to the back of the room and see if you can read everything without problem. If you can't, you need to make the text bigger so that everyone in the room has an equal opportunity to read stuff. Usually, I think the rule is about 30-point font is the smallest you should go. You could probably cut it down to 24, but I wouldn't push it past I wouldn't push it lower than that. Clothing. Clothing is important when you get up to talk in front of somebody. You don't want to have your clothing be distracting. This can happen if your clothing is too flowy and you move around a lot and you know you move around a lot. If you move like this and your shirt is really flowy, the entire thing is just going to be swaying with you the whole time and emphasize that movement. That's not something you want. On the other hand, you don't want something that you're constantly adjusting because you're in front of people. You need to be comfortable as you're standing in front of people. So make sure that you're feeling comfortable, dressed comfortably, dressed modestly so that you won't have any potential problems. You don't want to be pulling your shirt up or down, depending on the situation. Same thing with like hair. If you have hair that gets in your face like this, you don't want to constantly be going like this throughout the entire thing because that just gets really obnoxious and it's kind of a problem. Same thing if you have a habit of just like doing this little hair flip thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the more you do that, the more people are going to wonder what's going on with you rather than paying attention to what you're saying. So pay attention to your mannerisms as you're... Sorry, I have to fix the hair now because I messed it up. Pay attention to your mannerisms. Pay attention to your habits, the words you use, the way you'll come across. Make sure that your visual aid is actually helpful and not confusing. And in general, just make sure that as you're presenting, you feel comfortable and you're confident. And if you don't have any of these things, fake it till you make it. Because honestly, that's what everyone else is doing anyway. If you like these videos, like and subscribe. And if you want more tips about either presenting or writing or being professional online, let me know in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Or maybe make another video about it. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.